This treasure, I summon.
So before I get absolutely flamed in the comments, if you watch Rock Feed, yes, he did cover this, topic and all this stuff in this video. In fact, I got this information from him, but I decided to give my own take on it and my opinions on it. So while this is very similar to Rock Feed's video, and while you could just watch his and get the full story in greater detail and get a better organized story, that's what I just do here, so forgive me, enjoy the video. So here's some news for you. As some of you may know, earlier this month, on March 7th, Spiritbox released their new album, Tsunami Sea. I listened to it and I really liked it. It was really good, but I wouldn't say it's as good as other metal albums that dropped this year, such as Architects, The Sky, The Earth, and All Between, but it was still fairly good. But obviously, following in reverse, Ronnie Radke, love the man, love his music, but he is being a little bit dramatic with this one. He had some very, very choice words for Spiritbox, and even roped in Ollie Sykes into this, so let's just talk about it. So again, first of all, Ronnie Radke does watch all these videos on YouTube. I doubt he's going to see mine, but if he does happen to see it, I just want to let you know, I don't hate your music, I don't hate you, it's just like this situation is kind of a drag. So really, this could have all started when Ollie Sykes of Bring Me the Horizon and Ronnie Radke had this kind of drama going on, where Ollie Sykes criticized Ronnie and Andy Biersack of Black Veil Brides for wearing makeup and other stuff on stage. And I'd say it's kind of resolved now. I never really knew about that drama until recently, so there's that. But it could go as far back as that. But really, this story begins around March of last year, March of 2023, where Falling Reverse had announced their Popular Monster tour, and they had a huge lineup of like different bands that would be opening for them, and one of which was Spiritbox. But because Ronnie Radke is who he is, there was a lot of hate being sent towards the bands that were opening for him, and Spiritbox was one of those bands who received the hate, obviously. So they didn't receive it that well, so they had decided to withdraw from the tour because they were on about 6 shows. And Ronnie was actually very understanding. He didn't blame Spiritbox at all. He blamed the fans. He was like, yeah, these fan bases are terrible, but it's alright, I still love Spiritbox. Fast forward to this month, Spiritbox releases their album Tsunami Sea, and yeah, so one of their singles from the album, Soft Spine, there was a clip from the song, like there was a couple lines from the song that people thought were jabs at Ronnie Radke. Now, I'm not going to step in and say that, yes, this is certainly a jab at Ronnie and at Falling Reverse, but it's kind of leaning in towards that direction, especially since the singer of Spiritbox, I honestly forgot her name, she did an interview explaining Soft Spine, and basically she just talked about how there's a bunch of people in the music industry that she doesn't like, and how she doesn't have the power or influence or money or whatever to handle them how she wants to. So that's why she made the song, because she needs more, she said she needs more social currency and professional currency. I don't know what that, I think that just means like power and stuff. So yeah, she doesn't have the ability to make changes to the industry, but she's just trying her best with the music she makes. So here's when everything starts to go downhill. After the Tsunami Sea released, fans gave their opinions on it, and a bunch of fans really don't like Ronnie Radke, obviously. So one person had said Tsunami Sea is better than Popular Monster, and this had evoked a lot of emotion with Ronnie Radke, because he replied to this fan by saying, "Bro, that shit is fucking ass. So tired of y'all glazing mediocrity. Shit is garbage." And, other people chimed in. They said, I agree. Courtney said she's fed up with the overproduced metalcore, then releases one of the most polished albums, over-the-top production albums in the band's career, referring to Tsunami Sea. And, Radke himself responded to that again. That shit is not polished. Album is fucking unlistenable, mixed horribly, and songwriting is terrible. Y'all nominating that shit for a Grammy is unacceptable. Straight up fucking garbage. Gloves are off. Ollie Sykes is lying to you all, saying it's good. I promise you none of these clowns are ever being honest to the fans. I'm tired of the lies. Now, in reference to what Ollie Sykes said, he had actually posted a review of Spiritbox's album a few days before it released, and he had said in an Instagram story tagging Spiritbox, had the pleasure of hearing it in full early, and all I'll say is when so many bands these days seem content chasing trends and doing the same old shit, it's refreshing to hear a band dare to redefine what a metal album can be. Make sure you check it out this Friday. Now obviously because Ronnie Radke didn't like this album, he had some choice words for Ollie Sykes, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Ollie had his own beef with Ronnie Radke and Andy Biersack of Black Veil Brides at the beginning of who knows. So yeah, Ronnie Radke wasn't done yet because he had continued to say, y'all want to give me your opinions about me and my music all day. New Spiritbox is absolute ass, and anyone that thinks it's actually good is something. Shit is fucking ass. I'm not gonna say that word. I'm not even hating on Ollie Sykes at all, but most of you won't remember a time when he used to talk hella shit to me and Andy Biersack over our eyeliner and the way we dressed, and now dude's got a whole new face and wears tons of makeup. Maybe he was just jealous. And that's where, Ronnie responds to, or he builds upon why he's calling out Ollie Sykes, but like he said, he's not hating, but he's just kind of referencing him because he's promoting the album that he thinks is garbage. So, of course, he's going to talk about that. But there was another fan who continued this on by saying, just curious, is there anyone in the metal music scene you don't have a problem with? And Ronnie gave a long list, including Black Veil Brides, Pierce the Veil, Ice Nine Kills, A Day to Remember, Bullet for My Valentine, Under Oath, Bless the Fallen, Escape the Fate, and Hollywood Undead, and a bunch of other people. And he said, most of the scene I love, but I have an issue with Spiritbox and Motionless and White, for the obvious reasons of not being truthful with their fans and being real people. So, really, that's where this story ends. I don't have anything else. I just thought I'd give my take on it. So, really, what I think is going on here is, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Falling Reverse and Spiritbox. They used to be pretty good friends, Ronnie, and I'm gonna say her name is something. Her name is Charlotte, I believe. No, she said her name. Okay, her name's Courtney. So it's Courtney of Spiritbox, Ronnie Radke of Falling Reverse. They used to be good friends, because Courtney and Spiritbox was supposed to open for Falling Reverse's Popular Monster, but obviously the fans don't like her, so something had to have happened behind the scenes. Obviously, nothing that we know of, because as far as we know, they just had a friendship, they were good friends, and then all of a sudden he's just like, no, their album is terrible, and I have a problem with them now. So hopefully we'll find out in the near future what exactly happened between Ronnie Radke and Spiritbox. I don't think it'll be anytime soon unless he decides to speak out on it, but, if Ollie Sykes does decide to clap back somehow, I don't see a reason to. He's just using Ollie as a reference point, saying that his review is not true, but he's not really dissing him in a way. So yeah, that's my take on this. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and see you in the next video. So as I stated at the beginning of this video, the end right there is far from the end, and I'm sure there's going to be way more tweets after this, which I will cover when they happen. But I'm not going to do it too soon because I want to let more pile up. Because I don't want to make a video off of 2 tweets he says and make it 2 seconds. So basically, someone went back and replied to Ronnie's tweet about metal bands that he loves. And somebody replied quoting him being like, oh, well, according to Ronnie, anyone who doesn't kiss my ass is the problem. And Ronnie replies, or it's a well-known fact that everyone hates Motionless and White behind the scenes, but doesn't publicly say it. Now, personally, I'm okay with Motionless and White. I've only heard 2 of their songs, Sign of Life and something else, and I think they're okay. I haven't taken any like time out of my day to actively listen to them. If it comes on in my playlist, and it does. Then again, there's like 300 songs in my playlist, so I barely hear it. And it's probably gonna be even more soon, so yeah, but this basically doesn't have major impact right now, but it does set up for the later tweets. So here we just kind of get into some filler tweets, all of these bands I listened to in my middle school edgelord phase, so it makes sense that Ronnie listed them. And yeah, so when this person replied to Ronnie's tweet with that, they got a bunch of comments. Anybody else sick of seeing a dude with tits talk shit to Ronnie? Not my fault that Ronnie perfectly listed all the bands I listened to in my cringiest era. I'm just pointing out the coincidence. Also, ew, a Yankees fan in my comments, gross. What? And then someone else said, like, you're literally so fucked in the head that you have gender dysphoria. I don't know how you even contemplate rent to insult anyone. Fucking weirdo. I literally insulted myself and compared it to Ronald's list. LMAO, why are you so mad? And there's way more, but like, I'm just gonna quote another 3. It's like, what is a woman? I don't know, let me know when you finally find one. Cutting off your dick doesn't make you a woman, bro. Motherfucker, you are a crypto bro. What would you know about women? I can't wait till we open up the asylums again and lock you people away forever. Hey man, I'll see you there. And then Ronnie, of course, replies to that tweet, like, your middle school edgelord phase turned into a trans non-binary, I support the current trend phase. Congratulations, I'll take a number 4 with a Diet Coke and happy 34th birthday. And just another tweet, someone replied to that and said, is it just me, or is anyone else curious about which number 4 he's referring to? I usually roll a number 3 at Chick-fil-A and a number 1 double with only cheese, mustard, onions, and pickle at Wendy's. I don't know, maybe I'm just hungry. And of course, more tweets come in. Somebody quotes his tweet saying like, oh, well, it's a well-known fact that everyone hates Motionless and White behind the scenes. And somebody said, lying to cope with the fact that majority of the scene publicly hates them and isn't scared to say it, he really can't do anything besides throw around names to hope and get some attention out of it. Why do people attack this man? He doesn't care and he just claps back stronger than ever. And of course, Ronnie said, most of the bands in this scene love me, and most of the bands actually hate you guys, I promise you. And then he replies to it again, and says, most of the scene hates me. Like, he's quoting that, and then he posts a video of, like, a sold-out arena crowd singing Fuck You and All Your Friends. So, it's pretty insane. And I don't know the details of this, but apparently everybody hates the fact that Ronnie is headlining Warped Tour for 2025. So like there's this whole drama there, and then he's like, most of the Warped lineup hates you. Most of the Warped Tour lineup couldn't sell the tickets I sell, hence why I'm on the bill. So it's understandable if they've put 12 albums out since 2006 and have been touring for 15 years and need to share a stage with me, so my fans are forced to watch them before I go on. And valid response, Ronnie sold out so much, and like it's not even funny. Like he sold out so much for Warped Tour. And then someone replies to him, I think he's slowly developing some sort of psychosis. And Ronnie just says, am I lying? If you can't handle me at my Kanye West, you don't deserve me at my Ronald Radke. I don't think that had anything to do with the Warped lineup thing, but he just said that, and that's like my favorite tweet from him. If you can't handle me at my Kanye West, you don't deserve me at my Ronald Radke. And yeah, this man's hilarious. I love this guy. I can be hated for liking Falling Reverse and Ronnie Radke, but I don't care, honestly. And then some more filler tweets. Apparently ABC News did an article on Ronnie, and so Ronnie replied to this article saying, imagine ABC News grasping at straws. Since their ratings are so bad, they have to do articles about the mayor of Tasmania taking a picture with me. Hey ABC, I'm bigger than you and have more of an impact. Ain't nothing our propagandists can do. F you. And by the way, if you couldn't tell from that, the article is called Launceston Mayor Criticized for Hanging Out with Controversial US Singer Ronnie Radke. It's pretty insane. But he has more hilarious tweets from here on. Like, on March 25th, he asked, y'all dare me to get breast implants? And like 6 days later, he tweeted out again, I did it, I got breast implants, and put out a picture of it. And apparently this was older, like May 17th. Like, I'm just finding it, but apparently Ronnie had like some drama going on where people kept catfishing as Ronnie. It's like, there would be people complaining like, Ronnie, why did I get this DM from you? And then Ronnie was finally responded like, my bad guys, it was me the whole time, none of these people at all. Post a screenshot of like 10 different fake Ronnie Radke accounts that he got DMs from. And then he says like, please, for the love of God, please stop thinking I'm DMing you. I'm not. One Instagram, one Twitter, one TikTok, nothing else. Holy shit. I posted this on my story. You got catfish, dear. That's not me, my God. And then like, apparently on that same day, he got DMs from Judy Garland, who lost her purse somewhere and needs $145 on Cash App to get to Carnegie Hall. And then she said, clang, clang, clang went trolley. He got a DM from Michael Jackson from his private account saying, I'm not really dead, can you Cash App me $600 so I can come back to the US and put out more music? And then he got a DM from Nickelback like, hi. He said, hey, haha, no way this is Nickelback. He said photograph. So, yeah, filler tweets are amazing. And there's a couple more filler tweets before we get back into like the Motionless and White drama. Where like, this is about, because during this time, Ronnie released his single, God is a Weapon with Marilyn Manson. And he had also announced the God is a Weapon tour. And on this tour, he has special guests Slaughter to Prevail, Wage War, Hollywood Undead, Tech 9, Sleep Theory, and Point North. I've never actually listened to Hollywood Undead, Wage War. Actually, I've heard a little bit of Wage War. Yeah, I haven't heard Point North or Hollywood Undead. I've heard some Tech 9 raps, but not really. Sleep Theory, I am yet to listen to a new album, which I want to do, so I will be getting into them. Slaughter to Prevail, I've also heard just a little bit. And people hate this because, like, Sleep Theory announced that they're going to be there, and someone said, well, that's disappointing. So Ronnie Clapback uploaded the person who said it's disappointing. He took his profile picture, blew it up, said, you know what else is disappointing? Your parents were having such an ugly ass child. Get back in your hole, emo Joe Pesci. And then, of course, someone tagged Wage War, and it's like, Wage War, why would you do this? And Ronnie saw it and said, every tour I drop, y'all ugly assholes do this shit and my tours just sell out and everyone is happy. It's like me getting mad that you wear 5 pounds of makeup and still look like a 2. I'm gonna be mad, but you're still gonna do it. Move along, bitch. And then that's the end of that. And then he tweets out 100 women versus accountability is much better than 100 men versus one gorilla. Yeah. And this has gotta be some of my favorite filler tweets. Like, someone said, you just know this bitch thinks like shit. Post a picture of Ronnie Radke, and then someone else said, this guy acts so hard and actively purchases Robux. And to this, Ronnie's response is, Robux was for my 9-year-old daughter. I also went to prison for murder. What does this have to do with anything? I don't know, honestly. This is like the best time of my life I'm having. Anyway, so, and then Ronnie tweets out like a day later, I love my fans so much, and they're so much better than everyone else's, and he posted a video ranting about them.
Dude, I was just thinking about something. It just dawned on me. What's up, Daisy? How you doing? Can you fucking chill? Anyways, I was thinking about this. My fan base, like all my fans that have come with me for the last 20 years, and even my new fans, are the best. I have the best fan base, and I'll give you reasons why. They're not a bunch of punk-ass, pussy-ass bitches that whine and cry over who bands tour with and who bands work with. Imagine being a band right now, and you're sit here, you're worried about if your fans are gonna be mad at you because you worked with somebody that has allegations that aren't even true. These people are fucking retarded. You guys, all you little fans that whine are retarded. I have the best fan base. And the second reason is because my fan base also likes the bands that you guys like too. They like me and they like your favorite bands. So that's why I'm probably the biggest too. So yeah, to all those little whiny brats that are complaining every tour that we drop. Every tour I drop is the biggest tour. and you're still bitching and complaining because friends of mine that I've known for fucking 10 years are on the tour with me. Shut the fuck up. You guys are all retarded, and have a wonderful day. And to all my fans that are fucking mellow and okay and not retarded and not stupid and not fucking crazy, fucking delusional online all the time, I love you. Thank you very much.
And apparently somebody had said, fuck you guys, Sleep Theory, when they had announced that they were going on tour with Falling in Reverse. So somebody said, crybaby entitled pussy, seriously, get a life. You should be happy Sleep Theory are getting a big break and being taken out with all of these huge and great artists. It's not that serious, dude. This guy's actually defending Ronnie and defending Sleep Theory, so props to him. And then Ronnie replies to the guy who said that viewed Sleep Theory and says, you hate black people, you're a racist. Trying to segregate a black singer from other races and control him? That makes you a literally racist. Great, guys. This person is a racist and hates black people. And then that's the end of that. And then Revolver Magazine posts about Marilyn Manson and Ronnie Radke's song on the Falling in Reverse. Someone says, the date, word I can't say, anthem of the summer. And then Ronnie says, you gonna sit here and tell me you don't got illegal child videos on your computer right now? Okay, Josh Duggar. I don't know who that is, by the way. And then apparently Scrambled Egg sees that reply and says, who are you? Multi-platinum / millionaire award-winning, well-traveled 41-year-old male that looks 25, and the reason your wife only wants to doggy with you. I don't know what's going on anymore. And then, like, someone else posts a picture of someone telling Ronnie Radke to say the N-word, and he says, I do, just at home. I'm too scared to do it publicly. Give it a bit. He says, good attempt at the Uno reverse card, man. I'm assuming that's in response to his tweet about, what's it called, the guy hating black people. And then he's just like, yeah, I'm racist. What's your point? And this last filler tweet is probably one of the best, along with the Kanye tweets. Men, kiss it through her panties. You're welcome. What does that have to do with anything? And that one was posted May 27th, so great times. Now, here's where we get back into things. I know I've just wasted like 10 minutes talking about random tweets, but somebody told Ronnie, someone replied to him and said, who do you like? Let me take a guess. Just confess your love for him, Chris Motionless. And Chris Motionless is a singer from Motionless in White. So Ronnie replies, ask him why he doesn't respond to a single thing I say about him, so I can tell everyone the real reason why he won't respond. And this is where things start taking a turn. Somebody else replies to him and says, Ron Bon, I wonder what Motionless' next album is going to sound like, because, you know, haha. He says, should sound like being complicit in grooming underage girls. So, here Ronnie goes accusing Chris Motionless of grooming. I don't know anything about this case. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. So I'm not going to, like, talk about that too much, but it's between them, honestly. If Chris does that, I'm not going to condone his actions, but aside from Kanye, I just try to separate the art from the artist. Like, I mean, Kanye has some good songs, but come on. And then he goes on to say, where's TJ Bell? I didn't escape the fate anymore. I wonder why. He was in Motionless in White 12 years ago with Chris. Well. And, here's the thing. TJ Bell, I don't know anything about either. I believe he's in Escape the Fate, obviously, but I think he used to be in Escape the Fate or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. And then, so I did look into it a little bit and found a Reddit post. Someone posted a screenshot of Ronnie saying, got that Chris Motionless drip minus the 2011 Scranton 15-passenger van, TJ Bell with an underage girl and him being complicit swag. And apparently, yeah, it says that TJ Bell was with a 15-year-old and Chris Motionless knew. And then they said, like, Chris was with a 15-year-old, so... And someone's like, isn't TJ Bell still in Escape the Fate and Ronnie doesn't have any problem with them? I don't know the drama between them. I know that Ronnie has publicly said he's good with Escape the Fate, like I said earlier in the video, but I don't know any of the drama, so that's something I can't speak on. And so that's pretty serious allegations. I'm going to try and investigate more so I can talk about it, hopefully in another Ronnie video, but yeah. So other than that, Ronnie just puts out a tweet like, God is a Weapon, statistically his biggest song of my career. Aside from the actual numbers, it is the most hate I think I've ever gotten, and all I'm doing is standing still with my shirt off, lol. That is true. Like, I watched the music video, he's just standing there shirtless. And then someone's like, you are trying so hard to be Popular Monster, but you won't do that, saying otherwise. It says, Watch the World Burn beat Popular Monster. God is a Weapon beat Watch the World Burn so far. Leave the statistics to the professionals. And his last tweet as of the time I'm recording this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for all the tickets purchased for my tour and the streams on my new song. I'm glad y'all like it. So, that's it. The original video for this was like 9 minutes, and now I've dragged it on to be like 20, almost 25 minutes. Yeah, I've got to go deal with some stuff. My dinner's been ready for a while now, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the long 2-month delay, but I'm glad I delayed this, because then I get to talk about everything here. So yeah, peace out.